The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, for those of you who watch who watch this channel on a live by live basis, you guys know I've been saying it the last couple of lives. I'm gonna go to Shibuya, and I'm gonna give you all probably a 2-hour live. I'm gonna shoot 2 hours today. And I don't think that'll be too hard because Shibuya is a pretty fun place to be at. But yeah, we're in Shibuya. For those of you that don't know, this is a very popular tourist area. It's a very lively area. Merry Christmas back in the States. You know, shout out to everybody back home in South Florida and in Las Vegas. I know it's like 7 in the morning there, so I'm not really sure what to expect with this live. But I'm gonna walk through Shibuya because you know when I come out here and I do my regular videos, funny things always happen. So I figure, you know what, on Christmas, going live 2 hours, walking through Shibuya, it should be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and do that, man. I hope everybody's doing well. You know, just to give you guys a little tour of my surroundings. Look, so they got, hold on, let me clean the camera. So they got Palestine. Let me see, they got Palestine flags over there, and then the Shibuya crossing is there. So we're gonna go to the Shibuya crossing, and then I'm gonna wait for you guys to start dropping some questions in, and we'll talk some boxing. I mean, there's not a ton going on in boxing. I mean, I know Tank's talking about canceling fights, and they had Tio Matias that got made. But yeah, right now we're gonna go walk to the infamous Shibuya crossing, and then y'all can get your questions in, and we'll see where the night takes us. Cause every time I've walked through Shibuya a couple of times to make videos, and every time it's an event. So yeah, this is like one of the biggest crosswalks in the world. So there it is over there. All right, I'm gonna give you all the point of view experience, you know, for everybody back home. And while I sit here and wait for you guys to ask me some questions about boxing. But yeah, it's your boy BT, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. Brandon Taylor reporting to you guys live and direct from Shibuya, Tokyo. Everybody's getting their last minute Christmas shopping in. I'm sure there's like a lot of tourists and things like that. So here we go. Look, here we go. We're gonna cross the street. Tell me what you guys think about this, because it's very easy to get lost. Like I'm by myself, but like if you bring somebody through the crosswalk, it's very easy to get lost. So yeah, True School Sports in Japan. Yeah, you know, it's kind of sad because I didn't think about it until like maybe an hour or two ago, but man. Fuck Sam Goodman. Sam Goodman ruined everyone in Japan. Every boxing fan in Japan's Christmas. Sam Goodman ruined it. So, yeah, Inoue was supposed to fight today in Japan, but, you know, we didn't get that. So, you know, got to wait a whole another month because Sam Goodman don't know how to properly do a training camp. But nonetheless, let me turn the camera back around. We here. That was the Shibuya crossing, one of the most famous, like, landmarks in Japan. And yeah, smash that like button if you're watching the playback. If you're watching live, smash that like button and get your questions in, man. It could be box related, it could be non-box related. I just know that like I'm a pretty loud American compared to most of the Japanese, so I know I'm gonna walk through Shibuya like normal, and someone's gonna stop me because this always happens. But yeah, we got my man Darkside. He says the crossing is really big. Yeah, it is. It's somewhere like if you bring family. You bring a friend, you bring your significant other, you got to keep them close to you, because and that's not even as bad as it gets. Like I've seen it way more packed than that. This is actually like, it's not like a slow day in Shibuya, but it's like it's busy, but like I've seen it a little bit busier than this, but it still is quite busy. But I can handle it. I'm a Japan vet at this point. But yeah, man. As far as boxing is concerned, yeah, Inoue was supposed to fight today. Sam Goodman pulled out, so we don't get a chance to enjoy that. Tank Davis, I dropped a video on it earlier. Tank Davis was stated that apparently the Lamont Roach fight is canceled, which, you know, if that is the case, if Tank isn't like trolling us and this just isn't some sort of way to promote his fight, then Merry Christmas. Thank you, Tank, because like a lot of us didn't want to see that fight. So hopefully he can go make a better fight than that one, like Edwin De Los Santos or something like that. Or, I mean, realistically, he can't. He's not gonna fight Shakur or Keyshawn Davis next, but maybe Edwin De Los Santos, something like that. But see, there was that. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my walk around Shibuya. Yeah, the lights here are different. Look, here's a view of what I got right now. So this is my view right now here in Shibuya. Just patrolling the streets on this this end of the year in boxing. I mean, it's not really a whole like there's news and stuff, but like there's not many fights remaining. So I'm gonna leave the floor to y'all guys to ask the questions, and I'll answer whatever y'all want. What I will touch on is this. I want to touch on this actually because this is a popular topic right now amongst the boxing community, and it pertains and it regards Alexander Usyk. You know, a fighter that I think has shown us so much. Like he's shown a lot. He's shown a whole lot about what he's about in the ring, what he represents in the ring, and I know there's like he's only had like what 23 fights, but I think he's packed a lot of substance, a lot of heat into those 23 fights. And truth be told, I'm not saying he's a definite top 5 all-time great heavyweight because there's so many great heavyweights in the history of boxing. I'd have to actually sit down and see where he stands among everyone, and I'd have to list every great heavyweight of all time down, every all-time great heavyweight down. But in my opinion, if we're just going off of accolades and what he's done, there's nothing else Usyk can do in boxing to improve his standing. Every fighter you would have wanted, like 5 years ago, when Usyk was a cruiserweight that was becoming a heavyweight, there was everybody that you would have wanted him to beat 5 years ago. He defeated all of them. Anthony Joshua twice, Tyson Fury twice. You know, Wilder wasn't good enough to even get the fight with Usyk because he kept losing fights and whatnot. So you can't really count Wilder against him. But he beat the 2 most prominent guys of the era 2 times. So 4 wins against 2 of the most prominent guys of his era. And that's not even counting Daniel Dubois, who wound up becoming a champion himself. So, like, you can only fight the guys of your era. So I know it's not easy to compare eras because certain eras have more great fighters than others. But in my opinion, when you factor in that, you know, he was undisputed cruiserweight champion, cleared that division out, undisputed heavyweight champion, he cleared this division out, and beat everybody there is to beat. I mean, and he's never lost. The thing is, he's never ever lost. And I know being undefeated isn't everything, but when you're fighting the caliber of competition Usyk has fought, under the circumstances Usyk has fought them in, because Usyk has always been on the road. Usyk has never had, like, you know, he's always had to go to other people's hometowns, home countries, and it's never meant anything. He's always performed to the highest of occasions. So because of that, I think there's a legitimate argument to make that he's one of the top 5 greatest heavyweights of all time. Now, is he as exciting as Evander Holyfield or Riddick or Muhammad Ali or George Foreman? No, he's not as exciting as those guys. But, like, for every heavyweight you can name me, like, and it's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound like I'm being a prisoner of the moment. And I don't want to put down the fighters yesterday. That's not what I'm trying to do. But let's just use Muhammad Ali, for example, right? Great heavyweight. You know, we all love Ali. But Muhammad Ali, he really and truthfully, I mean, he's got multiple questionable decisions on his record against Ken Norton, Doug Jones. Like, those are fights a lot of people thought he lost or could have lost. They were close fights, right? You look at, and I know Floyd's brought this up a lot, but he lost to Leon Spinks when he was older, who only has 7 fights. So, I mean, Ali is all-time great as great can be, but he's got holes in his resume, right? You look at George Foreman. I love George Foreman. George Foreman is showed he could lose fights, come back, oldest heavyweight champion ever. Love George Foreman, but George Foreman got knocked out by a smaller man, and in that time, George Foreman was the Goliath of the heavyweight division, and Muhammad Ali was a smaller heavyweight. And Muhammad Ali knocked him out. Usyk, on the other hand, is giving up 50 to 60 pounds routinely, 40, 50, 60 pounds in weight routinely, and beating these dudes. And it's not controversial wins. Like neither of the Joshua fights were controversial. For most people, you know, neither of the Fury fights were controversial. He won both times clean. So my thing is, I've seen a lot of pushback when people like myself are in this moment and we're appreciating the greatness we're seeing, because what he's doing is great. Like what Usyk is displaying to us is nothing short of greatness. And I feel like I'm not saying he's definite top 5. I don't know. I had to go look it up. I had to go like sit down. I think like Joe, like I'll tell you this. I mean, there's a couple guys I wouldn't put Usyk above, but I think he's got a case. Of course, he's got a case. You can't punish guys for the era they fight in. They can't control that. But all you can do is just judge them on who they fought and how they performed. So you have to ask the question. You have to ask the question of how did Usyk perform on a fight-by-fight basis? That's really and truthfully the question you got to ask. How did Usyk perform on a fight-by-fight basis? And every time he's performed, there hasn't been like dramatic dips in performance. Like Usyk doesn't have a Doug Jones, like a Muhammad Ali performance on his record. For those of you who don't know, Doug Jones was a journeyman that Muhammad Ali fought in his career, like in the middle of his career. And I'm gonna maybe even say early in his career, like when he was like a prospect, before he won his first world title. He fought Doug Jones, and he got the decision, but it was very controversial. Like some people thought he lost to Doug Jones. It was a close fight. Usyk don't got none of that. Usyk don't have none of them on his record. That's not hating. That's not putting Ali down. That's just the facts. This heavyweight era is not very good. Usyk is good, but not top 5. You're crazy. You can't. First of all, don't call Usyk good. Usyk is amazing. Usyk is that guy. I sit here every single day on YouTube, and I have for 9 years talking about boxing, talking about all these fighters that get all this fanfare that aren't really like that. All right, and then now we're talking about a guy who really is like that, who really is putting in the work, who really and truthfully is not just meeting expectations, but crushing expectation, like by miles and miles and miles. He surpassed expectations by miles and miles and miles. So good is not a word that I will ever use to associate with Usyk. Usyk is great. Usyk is a master of the sweet science, and there's only a few fighters that will ever put on gloves on the whole earth that will ever become masters of the sweet science. He's mastered the sweet science of boxing in his own way. He's not gonna overwhelm guys like an Inoue and knock you out. He's not gonna give you the flashy counter punching of a Terrence Crawford. But one thing about Usyk is he understands his fighting instincts are up there at anyone. When the rounds are close, he normally always wins close rounds because of the activity and the fitness and the conditioning, the mental toughness he's got. I mean, if you were in the lab and you were creating a great fighter, you would just give them the majority of the traits that Usyk has, straight up. Hola says, I'll be back to the stream in a couple minutes. How long are you gonna go live for? I'm shooting for 2 hours. If it goes like better than I think, I might stretch it out all the way to 3, but I'm gonna say 2 just to be safe. So probably 2 hours, and we're like 13 minutes in now, so you got time. Was I planning on watching Inoue versus Goodman? Yes. I had a ticket to the fight. I was ready to go. I've been waiting almost 10 years to watch Inoue fight live, and Sam Goodman pulled out again. So like I wasn't thinking about it, and I had gotten over it like when they first announced that the fight wasn't happening. But then like 2 hours ago, when I was just walking, getting ready to eat some food, I saw an Inoue Goodman billboard, and then I realized that they were supposed to fight today, and it really pissed me off. So for that reason, I never had anything against Sam Goodman, but like the fact that he's pulled out twice and that he pulled out while I was in Japan, nah, man. Sam Goodman got to get starched in 4 rounds or less. I don't appreciate that. Honestly, like sparring this damn close to the fight, getting a cut, nah, man. He got to get starched in 4 rounds or less. Devastating fashion. Jose Chavez says, bro, you should get a Japanese wife. I mean, I keep my options open. That's not something, whether it's Japanese or American, that's not something you rush into, That's the most important decision of a man's life. You don't just rush into that. But hey, if I really wanted to move to Japan, like that'd be my fast track way, right? Maybe talk to one of these Japanese girls on the street. But yeah, we here, man. Shibuya. the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I know it's like morning in the States. Most of my subscribers are probably dead asleep, but we here, man. We here, and they can watch the playback. We here. We're gonna see where the night takes us. We're gonna talk some boxing, and I'm gonna give y'all the aesthetics. I'm gonna give y'all what I promised you. I promised you guys a Shibuya live stream. You guys are getting a Shibuya live stream. Let me check my data right quick. Let me see where we at right now. All right, we're good. We're good. All right. Man, Asano says the easiest place to pick up girls is Shibuya or Roppongi. Yeah, well, I'm in Shibuya now, but I'm not trying to pick up girls right now. I'm really just trying to chill. I don't want to pick up girls right now. I want to just chill and just walk around and talk. I got a month here left, so there's plenty of time to pick up girls if I want to do that. Roppongi, I haven't been to Roppongi, but I've heard a lot about it. I've heard like Roppongi is like really high end and really expensive. So I think I'm going there. I'm going there tomorrow. I think I'm going there tomorrow to go meet with a friend for lunch. But I've never been to Roppongi, so that should be an experience and a half. But I know Shibuya pretty well. I mean, this is like my what? On this trip, this is my 4th time in Shibuya, and it's like my 8th or 9th time overall. So the fight has been moved. I know. I'm still going to the fight. So I'm still going to the fight. But what is it? The girl war? I'm still going to the fight, but I just don't like that. I gotta wait a whole month. You know. Will I be in Japan until Martinez Ioka? Yes, I'm going to the fight. I bought a ticket, so I'll be there. I'll be there at the Ota City General Gymnasium. I'll be at the fight. You guys might even get a live before I go to the arena or after. I'm not sure. What you guys think? Should I do a live right before? Is Japan Christmas Day, Valentine's Day? I don't know. I've heard all kinds of shit about Christmas in Japan and what it is and what it isn't. I'm just learning right now. I'm walking around. I'm observing people, and I'm learning like you guys are. I don't know. The only thing I have heard is that I've heard that in Japan the big tradition here is on Christmas they go to KFC. So it's not officially Christmas Day. I think Christmas is tomorrow, but I've heard that the big tradition here is the Japanese go to KFC. The tank fight is still going on. I'm still planning on going. Okay, well, I mean, I didn't think it was canceled. I think Tank's just being moody, and I think he's just trying to promote his fight because that fight won't sell on its own merit. So they gotta cause some sort of drama. And hold on, guys, hold on. Oh, never mind. they gotta cause some sort of drama, and they gotta go ahead and make it. I don't know. I don't want to say exciting, but just cause controversies to get people's attention. So yeah, man. Let me see what else we got. And New Year's is more like Western Christmas for us. We don't eat turkey. Yeah, I mean Thanksgiving is super American. Like Thanksgiving is as American can get. So I know England doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's just an American thing. Let's see. Yeah, let me see what. But yeah, I'll be here when Ioka and Martinez fight. That'll be cool to take in, world title fight before I get a chance to go to the NOA fight. It'd be a good fight too because Ioka, he's gotta come out and fight for his career pretty much because he's 35. He ain't getting any younger, so he's got to go out there and wow, that's so many people. So now it's starting to get a little more packed here in Shibuya. I'm gonna show you guys in a second, but he's got to go out there and he's got to go fight his heart out because this is it for him. If he don't win, it's probably a wrap. He's made good money. He's had 17 world title defenses in his career. 4 division champ, Japan's first ever 4 division champion. So yeah, he has to go out there and beat the brakes off Ioka. Let him know what's up. And Ishmael Salas, that's my guy. I like Salas, but you know, Salas has to go ahead and rebound because that Robesi fight went terrible for him. It went really bad for him. With Robesi quitting and whatever. So what's going on over here? Something's going on over here. What the fuck? Oh, this guy. Look at this shit. This guy is doing like some beatbox shit. Okay. My favorite boxer, Roma Gonzalez, Chocolatito. Whoa. Nice scramble. All right, so there you go. Some culture for you guys. Beatboxing. You know, I'm gonna go the other way. Go the other way right quick. Yeah, Brendan Smith asked me. Oh look, more music for you guys. More live entertainment. Look. Nice scramble crossing area. Which, yeah, man, it's real nice out here. The vibes are good. The vibes are immaculate. Yes, sir. They got the Japanese blues brothers here doing their thing. You see, look, they just got wall-to-wall entertainment. You ain't gotta pay nothing. Look, another one. Homeboy over here, look. He's doing the whole like John Mayer shit. Yeah, so this is just a taste of Shibuya for you guys. Christmas with True School, Christmas in Shibuya, live boxing talk, culture. I remember when I came here last time, a lot of people were complaining. They were like, "Oh, BT, you didn't give us no Japanese culture. You didn't do no streaming. You just did boxing stuff. We wanted to see you do more. So hey, I'm doing what I was supposed to do last time. So hope you guys are enjoying the vibes. Hope you guys are enjoying the boxing talk. Get your questions in. We're here. Let me see. Take my hoodie off now. Now I'm warmed up. We're here. I know it's what is it, like it's 8 o'clock in the States. Go to a sumo match. Yeah, I might not get a chance to do that this time around. You know, I'm gonna have to save that for next time. There's so much to do in Japan. You can't just do everything in one trip. It's impossible. And I've already done a lot. So, and I still got a month to go, but if it happens, it happens. I would love to go see a sumo match. Sumo wrestling looks pretty cool. You know? He said, "Wow, I want to go." Yeah, man, it's great. I've been encouraging all my friends back in the States to come to Japan. It's amazing over here. I think I'm gonna fuck around and move here one day. I don't know when. I don't know how. I'm not gonna try to force it, but I think boxing is gonna organically bring me here. It's the largest metropolitan in the world. Yeah, it is. Tokyo is definitely big. A lot of Americans say, "Oh, like Tokyo is like New York," and that's New York is not even close. New York is not even remotely close to Tokyo. New York is like the bootleg. It's not as big. It's not as clean. It's not as fun. You know, my opinion. Are Chocolatito and Kafu likely to fight? Yes. It's already been reported that they're gonna fight. I don't know the exact date, but yeah, Romo Gonzalez already confirmed it himself. He's gonna challenge Kafu, from Africa, for the WBO super flyweight title. So it's not like the worst fight he could have did. I would have liked to see Romo Gonzalez go to 118. and try to become a 5 division champion, like really go for the gusto, because there's only been a handful of fighters in the history of boxing that have achieved that. But it's not a bad fight. What's really interesting about the Kafu situation is that the reason why he's fighting Kafu is because apparently Bam Rodriguez and Matchroom Boxing gave they had a lesser offer to Chocolatito than Kafu's people, which to me is a head scratcher. That's very mind-boggling, because how does the African fighter have more resources or make a better offer than the fighter who has Eddie Hearn and Robert Garcia and Tekken Promotions? Like, you would think Bam would have made the most competitive offer in the world, or Bam's representatives, they would have made the most competitive offer in the world to go ahead and make the fight happen, but that's not what happened at all. So, what happened to moving to Vegas? I already live in Vegas. I lived in Vegas since June. I've been living in Vegas. It's cool. You know, I've been living in Vegas. What do you mean? I've been living in Vegas. So, nothing happened moving in Vegas. I already moved there. Vegas is the greatest American city. I mean, it's cool. I definitely disagree with that. Las Vegas is not close to the greatest American city. South Florida is the best in the world. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, just the whole area, South Florida. San Diego, Chicago. These are like the best American cities, but Vegas is cool. I'll say Vegas is like in the lower top 5. It's a great place, but I want to say it's the best. Shout out to my guy, Usyk. He says, Usyk is great, but Barkov is overrated. Many players better than him. It took him 11 years. Alexander Barkov is the best player in the NHL, and it's not even remotely close. Only guy that's kind of close to him is Sam Reinhart, but Conor McDavid still ain't won, and he's never going to win the Stanley Cup. So it don't matter if it took Barkov 11 years. He'll win another one in this year as well. Go back to back. Good to see you, Hyro. We're here in Shibuya. Yo, BT, I believe Bam and Inoue, even Crawford resume are weak, but Gervonta Davis's resume is better. Gervonta Davis's resume is better than... You're out of your mind. I'm not even like Tank. I like Tank, but you're crazy. I saw your comment earlier too. You were talking about you were like, oh, Lamont Roach is more skilled than the guys Inoue's been fighting. That's not true. I like Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is a good fighter. I don't want to put him down. I feel like I've been putting him down a lot because I'm not thrilled with the matchup, but Lamont Roach is not better than those guys. Lamont Roach got his ears boxed off by Jamel Herring. So I don't want to hear none of that. And then when he beat Hector Garcia, it was a good win. He was the underdog, but he beat him right after Tank just knocked him the fuck out. So how great of a win was it truly? We don't know. So Tank Davis has a better career than Lomachenko. If you're just talking about selling tickets, he had a better career than Lomachenko. I don't know. I don't think he had a better career in that boxing ring. Are you going to talk to Posse before I do? No, probably not, Hyro. Probably not, because after this is done, I got to go make some... I got to go finally get started on this Jin Sasaki interview I've been telling you guys about. I would like to see Nakatani versus Bam happen. I would too, but I don't think Robert Garcia is going to speed the process of moving Bam up to 118. That's number one. I think Nakatani is going to try to move up to 122 at some point soon. He's going to have to if they're going to do the Inoue fight. And also, and I want to just get out in front of this because I think this is going to play out. There's a fighter here in Japan who's currently ranked top 10 in all the sanctioning bodies, who's going to fight for a world title in 2025. His name is Suzumi Takayama. He's 9-0 with 8 knockouts. He punches like a mule. He's a southpaw. I think he's going to become a world champion next year. And I think Takayama will emerge as a guy that Bam Rodriguez needs to fight at 115. That's one of my predictions for 2025, just in advance. I didn't know who Takayama was until a month ago when I see him fight. And then I started looking at the rankings, and he's probably going to get a title shot real soon. So we'll see. It's very difficult to repeat in the NHL. It is, but this Panthers team is just different, man. If they're healthy, which is a big if, because I'm scared of what's going to happen in that tournament coming up in February, but they get to the playoffs healthy, then nobody's beating the Panthers. It's not happening. Not. The Oilers are lucky to even win a game, let alone 3 against the Panthers. So, if we're healthy, we're a better team this year than we were last year, and I think we wind up winning the Stanley Cup in more dominant fashion. That's what I think. Every player that was great last year got better somehow. Somehow Sam Reinhart got better. Somehow Barkov got better. Forsling got better. Everyone got better. And we got Spencer Knight, who's now our backup, so our goaltending's even better, you know. Chocolatito versus Kafu was good because not many guys in 115 fight black guys. Well, there you go, Harold. That's hard-headed analysis that we can only get from you. There really aren't a whole lot of black guys to fight at 115. Just being honest. You're not picking from like a big pool of people, you know, at 115. Junto might be struggling to make 118 pretty soon. I mean, maybe. I mean, he's big, he's tall, he's a huge guy for the weight class. He's a gargoyle of a person for the weight class. So you would think that would be an issue for him. But so far it hasn't been. Let's see what happens in the next fight. I would like to see him fight Seiya Tsutsumi. I'd like to see him fight, you know, the other champions like Nishida, Yoshiki Takei, guys like that. You know, Tenshin Nasukawa if he gets a belt. Yeah. BT, what about Diego Pacheco versus Steve Nelson? Good fight. Admittedly, I haven't watched a ton of Steve Nelson. I just know he has a big reputation for being a puncher. So I really can't say more than that. I know he's a big puncher. Pacheco's 6'4", has a long, rangy frame. Nelson has to get past those long arms and land the big shots. That's his path to victory. But I got to watch more Steve Nelson, admittedly. But it's a good fight. I would have liked to see Pacheco fight Christian and Billy because that fight was going to purse bid before this fight got made. But I guess, you know, they Matchroom Boxing and the fine folks there decided to go another route. So, you know, that's why we got that fight. Yeah. I'm not gonna acquire the part of Shibuya. So let me go to the loud part. Let me go back to where all the action is at, and let me just go walk through there. I don't know if Tank's. I mean, Tank's been protected in his career, and they've been protecting that investment really well. Leonard Ellaby and all the people that handle Tank's career, but I don't know if he's the most protected fighter. I feel like Jaime Munguia is more protected than Tank. I feel like even Merjan to a degree. Merjan Akudaliev was more protected than Tank. There's been some guys that have been more protected than Tank. But he's up there. He's definitely one of the most protected, that's for sure. I mean, look at Munguia. You can see why he got protected because you can see why he was protected because he got knocked out while they were trying to protect him against a French guy. The Bruno Soros is a guy that you make the fight with Munguia to protect him, and they still couldn't protect him against the guy that he was used to be protected from the other guys at 168. So it's funny how that works. Yes, sir. We're like half an hour in. We're 34 minutes in, so make sure y'all smash that like button. Get your questions in. We're walking Shibuya right now. I went to acquire the part, not intentionally, so I'm gonna go back to the more lively part, and then we'll see where the night continues to take us. In fact, I know exactly where to walk. Hold on, I know exactly the path I'm gonna walk. Let me just go back to the end of the street. Hyro says the downfall of Eddie Hearn is upon us. It is he's getting his shows cut in half and barely putting on any big fights in the UK. DAZN is gonna go bankrupt, no reach at all. You got to be a boxing nerd for DAZN. Now, I hate to bring it to you, Hyro. DAZN is not going to go bankrupt because when they were in serious financial trouble, they were like $1 billion something in debt. They had the big Russian oligarch, the guy that owns DAZN, Leonard Blavatnik. He injected like $1 billion of his own cash to wipe away any debt. So they're not going bankrupt, Hyro. There's that. And then as far as DAZN having no reach, now look, people hate when people like Hyro say that. I have nothing against DAZN. Like I was one of the first ever DAZN subscribers. I've got nothing against the zone. You know, I know employees from the zone. Okay, I went out to lunch with the employees from the zone this calendar year, so it's no slight on the zone. But there is truth to what Hyro is saying. It's like the zone is a paywall. It's a streaming service that's behind a paywall. Anytime you start putting stuff behind a paywall, it's gonna have lesser eyeballs because not everybody's gonna be willing to pay. That's number one. Number two, they're just not as established as, like, let's say ESPN. ESPN has global brand, so like they can put things behind a paywall and they do it at a smaller price. I think ESPN Plus, like what, $5-10. So it goes over well. And you don't just get boxing, you get like all their sports, and they got like deals with the NBA and the NFL and the NHL, so you get like more sports. So I think there's truth to it, and hopefully with all these promoters now being under the same roof, they get the big fights done, and the zone could increase their subscriptions. But that's just there is truth when people like Hyro say that. How do you see if Johnny Beck moves up and fights those big names, Canelo, Caleb Plant, Andre? Do you think he can beat those guys? Okay, well, he's not going to fight Canelo because Canelo's not going to fight anybody worth a damn. Canelo is semi-retired. But if they were to fight, I mean, I think Johnny Beck would have a chance until he gets touched to the body. I don't know, Canelo is not what he used to be. He can't knock out anybody anymore, so maybe that would be a really good fight. Maybe Johnny Beck might get him. I think Johnny Beck would beat Caleb Plant just on the gas tank, in my opinion. But that'd be a fun fight. And then you said who was the other one? Other one was Andre. I mean, fuck, man. Andre, I was a big fan of Andre, but like now there's not really much to be a fan of because he never fights. Andre vacated the belt to not fight him, so they fight. We might find out why that was. You know, straight up. I want to still believe in Andre, so I'm gonna say fucking no. He not beating Demetrius Andre. I'm gonna stick with my guy Boo Boo, even though I don't really have a lot of confidence. But I'm a loyal person, so I'll stick with Boo Boo Andre, but not with any confidence. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Aaron. Happy Christmas, Brendan. All the best. Yeah, all the best to you. All the best to everyone in the world. You know, watching the live on the right now live and on the playback. You know, look, they got a guy over here. Look, they got like a guy here doing a little concert. They got like, look at this culture. It's just wall to wall entertainment. You got all these Japanese dudes doing the John Mayer shit, playing the guitar. It's beautiful stuff. You know, my whole life growing up, I've lived in places like South Florida, North Carolina, Texas, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, now Las Vegas. I've always heard especially growing up in South Florida where it's warm all the time, you always hear like, oh, it doesn't feel like Christmas. And truth be told, my whole entire life, no matter where I've lived, nowhere I've ever been has felt like Christmas. But I'll tell you this, being in Japan for Christmas is the first time. I don't know if this is what Christmas is supposed to feel like, but in my opinion, this is what Christmas is supposed to feel like. This is beautiful. Look, another one. Look. Now they got a girl singing over here. I'm gonna go over. I want to hear some of this music. I want to hear some of this talent. Y'all get y'all questions in. I want to hear some of this talent for myself. Hold on. What's next for Rigo? He's currently on a 3-fight winning streak with 3 come by knockout. Who do you think he should fight next in your opinion? That's a great question. I haven't thought too much about Rigo these days. I know he fought in Miami recently at the Boxar gym at the little WBC event they had. Is he? Well, wait, I can't really answer that question because I'm not even sure. Is he a bantamweight or super bantamweight? Is he 118 or 122 these days? Because I actually have no clue. Like, please fill me in because I know I'm supposed to know what weight class he's fighting in, but I don't even know myself. So is he at 122 or 118? If he's at 118, then obviously, you know, you got the champions that are all Japanese. You got Katsuma Akisugi. There's names. There's hella names. There's hella options. I don't even know what weight class he's in. I know he's gonna call out in a way because that's kind of like the thing to do when you want to get the big fights. when you're on these weight classes and you want to be in a big fight, you just call out Inoue. It's like calling out Canelo. Look at this shit here. Look. Oh, she's singing in Japanese. There you go, guys. This is what we're doing because Sam Goodman pulled out. There we go. Japan is so cool. It is. I'm gonna stay for like one more minute. Al Heyman is death row. Al Heyman is death row. Always said it. Rob says, "True. Can we get a tour of the red light district? I'm trying to see what type of lights they use in these streets." I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even know where that's at. We're in Shibuya. I don't know where the red light district is, but I know if we were in Shinjuku, I would know where that's at. But I don't know where that's at over here, so I can't help you with that. All I can do is just show you these beautiful Japanese women playing their guitars in the streets. That's all I can do right now. But good to see you, Rob. If you got any questions, box related, go ahead and fire them away. I'm just chilling, enjoying Tokyo, enjoying Shibuya, enjoying my day, enjoying my night. Hope everybody's Christmas as well. And yeah, thank you guys for like all the support this year. It's been a long year for me, man. Been traveling a lot, you know. South Florida, upstate New York. Where else? Arizona, LA, Vegas. Then moving to Vegas, then Nicaragua. Where else? I mean, I'm forgetting places. Japan. It's been a crazy year. So I appreciate everyone's support. Let me go over here. Where do you rank Usyk in all-time great conversations? I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure that out. To me, he's the best cruiserweight of all time. Just barely ahead of Holyfield, but I know that's like a tough argument. But like, he's definitely like he's right just ahead of a Holyfield at cruiserweight, and then at heavyweight, he's definitely a top 10 all-time great heavyweight. And people hate when I say that. And I honestly think I'm not saying he's a definite surefire top 5 heavyweight of all time, but I think he's got a hell of an argument because, first of all, I know like when you're undefeated, being undefeated isn't everything, but when you're fighting who Usyk has fought, and it's like tough fight after tough fight after tough fight, and you're the guy that they don't want to win, and you keep winning clearly, and there's like the biggest controversy we've had with Usyk is the Dubois low blow fiasco. That's it. That's the controversy. So he's been delivering. He's been kicking ass, taking names. I seriously think he's Let me sit down. I'm gonna sit down, guys, because I'm a little tired of walking. But I'm gonna sit down for like 10 minutes. I seriously think that that Usyk is for sure in the top 10 heavyweights of all time, at least in the lower top 10 all time. And then there's a great, compelling argument you can make that he's in the top 5. You know, Usyk's career is not finished. It pretty much is finished. He's not gonna fight much longer. Come on, let's be honest. What's he gonna do? Like, he's gonna fight. He already fought Fury. He's already been undisputed. He's like, what is it, 36, 37? He's not gonna fight much longer. He's probably gonna fight Dubois, right? He'll fight Dubois, maybe, and that'll be about it. And that's a big maybe. He's gonna hang him up soon. So his career, as it is right now, is pretty much set in stone. It may change a little bit, but like there's not much. Like if Usyk was to keep fighting, who else could he beat to enhance his reputation? There's nobody. He's gonna be Wilder. He's gonna beat Dubois. I mean, what? Who is he gonna beat? Moses Itauma? Like, who the fuck is he gonna beat? What food have you been eating there on a daily basis apart from the women? That's funny. Chicken katsu, udon noodles. Before I went live, I ordered a burger from this place called Lucci. It's a burger spot here called Lucci, and I got the Lucci burger. It was like 2 patties, all right, 2 patties, a big ass egg, and it had like the sauce on it. It was pretty good, and I had some French fries. But yeah, chicken katsu, udon noodles, ramen, eel. I've had eel, freshwater eel, takoyaki, which is like octopus balls. I had that like once. That was pretty cool. No Diddy. Yeah, man. I've been eating pretty good. I can't lie. In fact, I've been eating so good. You know, I didn't like how recently I touched my stomach. I didn't like how it felt, so I had to go. I've started running at the park because I can't be too much of a fat ass when I go back to the States. I gotta be somewhat respectable here. But yeah. Usyk's career is not finished. You got guys like Donaire fighting still. BT exposed like always. Oh, like always? All right, you're out of here, Haro. Get booted out. You get booted out. Getting exposed. All right, well, get up out of here. Talking about you got exposed. I'll boot you. I don't give a fuck if I'm in Japan or not. I don't care if I'm happy if I'm in Japan. I'll still boot you the fuck up out of here, Haro. Just talking nonsense. Donaire is fighting too, okay, but like the same thing I said for Usyk applies to him. The majority of his career is done. He's not gonna do like there's not a whole lot more he can do to improve his career. So the same thing I said for Usyk can apply to him too. I know, but you know what? Speaking of Donaire, I was reading that he and his wife went to the WBA convention, and they petitioned for a top 5 ranking amongst the sanctioning bodies, and they petitioned to get a title shot. And the WBA bantamweight champion is Seiya Tsutsumi, which to me, I think that's a terrible fight for Donaire. I don't think like he's gonna do much with Tsutsumi. I don't think like style-wise, it's just bad for him because I remember watching him when he fought Santiago on the Spence Crawford undercard, and his punch output wasn't there. He just wasn't, you know, in the best shape of his life. He's old. He looked old. He looked old, and that was a year and a half ago. Tsutsumi is like in his physical prime. He don't get tired. He's very tricky. He can pressure fight. He can box. He can move. To me, that's actually like one of the most terrible fights he could ever take coming back. Is there any Japanese boxer who is seen as a superstar out there? Inoue is really big out there. Also, do casual Japanese recognize any British or American boxers? Good question. So, I'm going to see if I can try to find one. Normally at these bus stops, they always have, like, I've seen so many bus stops in Japan that have had the Inoue Goodman, like banner, the advertisement, you know? I haven't seen one here, but I've seen like 20 or 30 of them since I've been in Japan. So Inoue is mainstream out here. He's very mainstream. Now the guys like Ken Shiro and Junto Ioka, those guys are only known amongst like the people that watch boxing in Japan. So like those guys have a fan base, those guys are known, but them guys are not Inoue. Inoue is on his own tier as far as popularity is concerned. As far as casual British and American fighters, the two most popular, I don't know about British, but as far as Americans, I know when I've talked to the Japanese fighters about American fighters, a lot of them say that Crawford and Tank, those are the two guys that they tend to like, Crawford and Tank. Those are like the Japanese like favorites. So that's what I can say. My man, Valverde's support says, "Where are you? I can't find you." Is this Jan or is this The guy from Ryzen, I can't remember his name. Starts with an H. Because I get this account and another one mixed. I would recommend Moe's Burger, the chicken teriyaki. Yes, Moe's Burger. I love Moe's Burger. I've had a lot of Moe's Burger too. I've had a Moe's Burger like 10 times since I've been here. So I love Moe's Burger. You know, the Tobikiti burger, the Swiss, like the Swiss cheese or provolone burger, whatever that white cheese is they got. That's pretty good. The chicken cutlet's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, Hyro, you keep shooting your mouth off. I don't give a damn how early it is in the States. I'll boot you the hell out of here. Yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Shout out to all 21 of you guys in here. Make sure y'all go run it up. Let me my man Don's Boxing Journey says, best boxing channel on YouTube. I've been watching you since I was in high school. Damn. Well, first of all, thank you. And second of all, that makes me feel kind of old, because when people start saying that, I mean, I don't know how old you are, but when people start saying that makes me feel like I'm old. And you know, I'll be 30 in about 2 months, but I'm not old. I'm still young. But thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate people like you. Appreciate the comments and the support. There's no true school sports. There's no BT. There's no true school sports empire without the true school sports empire, the viewers, the audience, the people. So, yeah, man. Thank you. He said that he's only 20. Okay, so you're not that old. Like if you were like my age, if you were like 29, and you were like, I don't know. But either way, thank you. I appreciate that you've been watching me for 5 years. Yeah, I'm still young, and things are getting better with time. And we're here, and we're here to cover the boxing anywhere. Nicaragua, America, Japan, east, the southern part of America, the northern part of America, the western part of America. It don't matter. Boxing around the world. The untouchable true school sports empire live in Shibuya, Tokyo. Yes, the biggest metropolitan city in the world. Yes, sir. You got to see it to believe it. Got to see it to believe it. He said, guys, smash that like button or choose to smash your auntie in the Santa outfit. Yeah, I'm coming through a back door, and your auntie's gonna have milk and cookies ready for the untouchable. And your auntie can touch the untouchable. I will allow the auntie to touch the untouchable, you know? But yeah, smash the like button. Ecstasy says, whoa, what? Whoa to what and whoa to whom? What are you saying whoa for? Yes, sir. Hold on, you know what? Let me go for the other way. Hold on, let me go the other way. There has been a lot of talk about Nakatani in Japan recently. His name as recognition is increasing. I mean, I think it is because like his name's getting attached to Inoue. So I think what's going on with Nakatani Inoue, it's kind of like the Benavidez Canelo thing. Benavidez was known amongst the hardcores for a while, but then as he started to get his name attached to Canelo, the longer that lasted, the more he became popular amongst the casuals. So I think that same kind of effect is happening with Junto, for sure. Who was the most corrupt boxer you met? I'm not answering that question, because the minute I answer that question, someone gonna watch this live. Because even though there's not a lot of people here, even though it's only 17, you'd be surprised. I be saying shit in these lives that don't have a lot of viewers, and then I'll be finding out that someone's watching. So I'm not gonna answer that one. But there's good and bad everywhere in the world. There's good and bad in boxing. There's good and bad people I've met, but it's been mostly good. I can't really say there's been too many bad boxers. Man, said Evander Holyfield was the headbutt master. He was great. He was great at that too. He was great at headbutting. He was great at winning fights. He was great at being champion. I got a lot of love for the real deal. That's one of the reasons why the channel grew. You're gonna say Andre Ward always. Ward has the biggest podcast in boxing, BT. You can't deny that. The channel has 1 million subscribers. It's Christmas, Hiro, and I'm in a good mood, and I'm in Japan, and I'm seeing the beautiful lights of Shibuya, and and I'm being loud right now, but I don't want to crash out, all right? I don't want to crash the fuck out and freak out the Japanese, so I'm not gonna even acknowledge that, because if I start talking about Andre Ward shit here in the streets of Shibuya, they're gonna see an American crash out, and they don't want to see an American crash out. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. What would we like to see Fury do? Retire AJ in a domestic fight? I think he should do the AJ fight. I think AJ and Fury, they owe it to the British boxing public to they owe it to the British boxing public to go ahead and give them that fight. Give them that fight. And however it goes, it goes. But you know, at least because they both have they both chased the money. They got in the bag. They secured their financial future. They both been champion. They both, you know, set Wembley Stadium ticket records. They need to go ahead and they need to fight each other. I think that's fair. Y says, "Damn, you're rich. You're still in Japan. Good for you." I'm not rich. I'm not rich, but I definitely knew when it comes to Japan, I know how to stretch my money out here, because I know where to stay, I know where to go, and I have good friends too, so that helps. So, you know, yeah, I wouldn't say I'm rich. Yeah, I'm gonna be rich. One day I'll be rich. Sometime in my 30s, I'm gonna be a pretty well-off guy, but I wouldn't say I'm rich yet. Harold says, "Are you going to do 90 days of boxing again, BT?" I'm not gonna answer that. I'm not gonna answer that because right now I'm in a happy mood, and if I answer that, I may regret it later. So I'll just say it's undecided. If I do 90 days of boxing, it won't be probably. If it does happen, it's not gonna happen until probably the second quarter of next year. If I do decide to go through that 90-day grind, that was a grind, going live every day for 90 days. Sometimes boxing was slow. There wasn't shit to talk about. So, yeah, why not? Oh, you know what? I can't go in there with this phone because they'll start crashing out on me. But guys, look, I'm not gonna go into the store, but you guys see that store right over there? That hold on, let me zoom in. You guys see that little like bird, that donkey Honda, whatever it's called? That place right there, that's the spot. They got everything you need over there. If you guys ever go to Japan, don't even pack clothes. Just go there, get clothes, get socks. They got everything in there. They sell clothes, socks, toothpaste, candy, food, and even for the women, they got vibrators and shit like that. It's a crazy place. They got everything you can think of in that one place. It's amazing, especially at that one right there in Shibuya, because it's very big. Do you think me and Pops could do a 2-hour live easy? Why not? Y'all could do a 2-hour live. I might let y'all do that one day, just because. Rich is a great thing to do, whatever it takes to never have a queen. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm rich in a lot of other, I'm not rich financially, but I'm rich in a lot of other ways. You know, God blessed me in other ways. So, yeah, we're here. We're here. Vending machine, in Japan, there be hella vending machines everywhere. They don't got as many here in Shibuya. I don't know why that is, but in the neighborhoods, you be seeing vending machines everywhere. What's the equivalent of your hometown area of that place? Of Shibuya? So like right now, if I had to compare Shibuya to like South Florida, this would be like, I can't say it's like, I can't compare it to South Florida. South Florida is different than everywhere else in the world. You know, like here in Japan, like right now, I'm talking to you guys. There's some very beautiful women out here. And I've been tempted to stop this live and go do my thing, but they're all like Asian girls, they're all like Japanese girls, which is fine. But like in South Florida, they got everything, so I can't really compare this or any place in the world to South Florida. But if I had to compare it to somewhere, I would say downtown Miami. Don't get married is what I'm saying. I'm not ruling that out. I'm not ruling out getting married, but it's not something that like, I think the older I get, the more I'm just like, fuck it. Probably won't happen. If it happens, cool. If not, then it is what it is. You know, I'm not gonna stress myself out. Have you tried tonkatsu wako? It's my favorite. No, I haven't had that. Put me on game. What is that? What is that? And we're 1 hour in, guys. We're 1 hour into the live. It's your boy BT, patrolling the streets of Shibuya. I'm gonna try to go 1 hour more, and then at the end of this next hour, I'll see how I feel. If I still feel good like I feel right now, then we'll just stretch it out. Brennan Smith says I challenge you to a boxing match. That ain't gonna be no damn match, Brennan. Don't start things you can't finish, champ. Oh. I don't know. I'm not sure if it exists, but my dream is to go to the Crepe Street in Harajuku. The train I was just taking, and like one of the stops is in Harajuku. I never been to. I don't think I've been to Harajuku, but I passed it hella times. You know, shout out to McDonald's. I mean, American Pride, McDonald's. They got McDonald's here. Or the Japanese, they don't call it McDonald's. They call it Mac. I was told that they get called McDonald's Mac. So there you go. There's your Japanese for the day. BT, you were breathing heavy like Tony Harrison in that one video. Yeah, I was walking up a hill. You don't understand. Like right now, I'm on like Shibuya is pretty flat, but like the neighborhood I stay in, you just be walking and boom, hills come out of nowhere, and I'm already in the middle of talking. So I guarantee you, if you talking to a camera and randomly had a pill come up on your ass, you'd faint. At least I'm still talking, getting through the video. I know BT is definitely dripping little BT down. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. You know, there's a lot of mechakire, you know, women here in Japan, but mechakire, just so you guys know, mechakire means very beautiful. You know, mechakire means very beautiful. I might even tell, you know, the next pretty Japanese girl that walks by, I'm gonna tell them in Japanese that they're very beautiful, just to see what fucking happens. But no little BTs are going down any woman's chimneys in Japan. We're not doing that. We're focused on boxing. We're chilling. That's not happening. None of that is happening here. We're focused men of God. Yes. But hope you guys are enjoying the views. I hope you guys are getting a feel for one of the little tourist areas of Japan. What's this? Is this a club? Where we at? What is this? It's a lounge. So it's a little lounge over there. Mac is whack? I don't think Mac is whack. I don't eat it all the time because it's not good for you, but Mac ain't whack. Is there a Megan in Harajuku? I don't know. I never been to Harajuku. I'm not even sure. Lord Zed was good. He says, VT, what's up? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is good. Hope all is good. Hope everybody's enjoying their Christmas. What's the best sparring you ever had, BT? What's the worst injury that you may have received? That's a good question. Best sparring I ever had. So I've sparred a couple of fighters that are professionals now. Like I sparred Eric, my boy Eric Lantis Jr. one time. He beat me the fuck up. I sparred Luis Hernandez when he was an amateur about a year ago. He's now a professional. He's 2-0. Sparred him. But the worst sparring I ever had, in my opinion, was like three or four. I'm gonna say it was 3 or 4 years ago. I can't remember if it was 2020 or 2021, but it was one of those years. I was in Texas, and I was in Texas, and I got taken to this gym one day randomly. I wasn't even thinking I was going to a boxing gym one day. I got taken to a gym, and there was this kid in the gym, taller than me, probably weighed about 140, something like that. And my friend was like, kind of like egging me on, like, you won't get in there, you won't spar him. I was like, fuck, you talking about? I'll spar anyone. I ain't scared of nobody. So I went in there and I sparred him. And yeah, he fucked my ribs up. He beat the shit out of me. His name was, he never turned pro. He was a good amateur though. His name was Moses Molina, the third. Had a really good left hook to the body. Fucked me up. That's probably the worst sparring I had. But you know, I've done my thing in sparring. You know, I haven't sparred at all in boxing since probably like May. So if I sparred now, I'd probably be blown out of my ass after a round. But yeah, I'm not like in boxing shape. Hell, I don't even think I'm in shape, because anybody who knows anything about fitness that's boxed at all on any level knows there's being in shape, like, you know, like being able to run miles, maybe having some muscle on you, being lean, you know, that's being in shape. But then like being in boxing shape is to have your body function at a level where you can go 4, 6, 8, 10 rounds of sparring. When I was in my best shape, I would say the best shape of my life was probably 2019. Because I remember in 2019, me and this girl I used to like really care about back in the day, we broke up or whatever, and I was just mad at the world. I was angry, so all I wanted to do was just exercise and train. So I was going to the heavyweight factory a lot. Riddick Bowe was showing me shit on the heavy bag. I was just exercising, running, going to the LA Fitness, sparring, and I remember I got really, really lean in 2019. And I remember like at my best, like my most like peak physical condition, one time I went 10 rounds sparring, but that was a while ago. Like, and I'm a long ways off from that. So, yeah, I know what it's like to be in shape. I understand, like on a very small, minuscule level, I understand pain in the boxing ring. Fighting shape is totally different. Sparring is one of the best. Yes. To be in fighting shape is like one of like any man who can achieve the goal of being in fighting shape. It's like, I think into 2019, I'm not gonna say I was in 100% fighting shape, but I would say that was the closest in my life I probably have been to fighting shape. I was really in shape. I used to be able to like run, you know, 5-6 miles on the beach in the middle of the summer in South Florida where it's humid as hell. I was really, really lean. My jawline was like crazy. Like it was different, but it's different. Like it's one of those things you gotta go through. People in Osaka say Makuro. XC says, try to spar with Angelo when you're in training camp one of these. You know what? I actually want to do that. Funny enough, I'm going to do that one of these days. I'm not going to do it like now because I'm fat as fuck, but I'm going to get in shape and do it one day, but that day ain't coming soon. But I would love to. I would love to at least get like 2 rounds in if I can. BT, I'm about to turn into 19. If I move there or education program, what are the chances for me to start amateur boxing career? Talk about Japan. I mean, I've read a little bit about what the Japanese amateur system is like, but I don't know it to that degree to like make a comment about that. All I can say is this: whether it's your amateur boxing career, anything you want to do in life, if you really have a desire to do it, you may not have all the resources, you may not have like everything, but it's possible. It's possible. Like it's possible. It's possible to make it happen. So first thing you gotta do is get to Japan. You know, you gotta crawl before you walk. You can't say like, oh, well, what's the possibility of my amateur career in Japan if you don't go to Japan in the first place? So I can't answer that for you. I can't answer that for you. I don't know. Tank fighting BT would be a normal pick opponent for Tank. Probably puts a rehydration clause as well. Man, come on. Stop that. I'm better than Hugo Ruiz. You could say you spot a world champion. That'd be pretty nice. Yeah, that'd be nice. The world champion could also say that he sparred the greatest boxing YouTuber that ever lived. So it's not like I'm not the only one getting something from it. But yeah, it'd be cool. I wouldn't mind it. Going back to Japan in April, my favorite place. Yeah, go. Come back. Good for you, man. How many fights do you recommend having the amateur before trying to go pro? Every fighter is different. Some fighters pick up boxing faster than others, so there is no one-size-fits-all answer. But in my opinion, I don't like it when. In my opinion, I don't like it when fighters have like 300 amateur fights, and I know you have the guys like Lomachenko and guys like this, but I just think that in most cases, these guys that have 200, 300 amateur fights, they burn out very quickly. So for like every Lomachenko you can name, there's like a Zhao Schming, there's a Tremaine Williams, there's a Ricardo and Alex Rincon. These are all fighters that had decorated, really good amateur careers, hundreds and 200s of fights. So for me personally, it's not so much the amateur fights. It's more so the quality of sparring, I think. Like, if a fighter can have 70 to 100, anywhere from 70 to 90 amateur fights, and then in between all that, they have a lot of high quality sparring, I think that's enough. And I'm not, and I've seen examples of guys that have 50 amateur fights. I know guys who got 20, 30 amateur fights that went on to be really good pros. So it all depends on the fighter. You have to really like, you need to like look at how are they in the gym? What's the temperament? How fast do they retain information? How fast do they know boxing? How fast do they process things? Do they have a chin? Are they durable? You know, these kind of things. So yeah, there's no one size fits all. But for me personally, I don't like it when fighters have like 300 amateur fights. Even the guys you could name like in boxing right now that have 300 amateur fights, like we'll use like a Johnny Beck for example, right? I'll say Johnny Beck. Johnny Beck's a pretty high level amateur fighter. I think Johnny Beck will get fucked up when he fight the right style because Johnny Beck has a lot of amateur tendencies he never quite corrected. A lot of fighters who have 300 amateur fights, 200 amateur fights, they have certain things they don't undo. Amir Khan, another one, silver medalist, had a truckload of amateur fights. He was so talented that he became world champion in spite of having amateur flaws. But Amir Khan never fully transitioned his style to the pros. If he would have really been like better than he was. But I just think it comes down to not allowing the fighter to be an amateur so long that amateur tendencies get subconsciously ingrained into their style. Because some guys, they just can't undo certain things. There are some things that a fighter is going to do subconsciously no matter how much you train him to do something else. So, yeah. Why do you like Tio? He is not right in the mind. I like Tio because he's from South Florida. Well, that's why I like Tio. I like Tio because he's from the Davie Powell. He's from South Florida. He's from Broward County. He walked the same streets I walked. He boxed in the same, amateur tournaments as a lot of my friends. That's why I like Tio. And when he's right, let's call it the right, because I'm fair. I'm fair, but I'm firm. When Teofimo Lopez is right, he's a beast. He's great for boxing, but he needs to get right again. Most of these Eastern European and Central Asian fighters with very good amateur careers do well as a pro. Even them, like even some of them are some of the Central Asian, like especially the guys from Uzbekistan especially because they drill the amateur style so deep into these guys' how they fight that they don't even fully undo certain things in the pros. A lot of these Uzbeks can't fight on the inside, even the ones I like and the ones I don't like. Otabek Komatov can't fight on the inside. Mirza Amadalev can't fight on the inside. Jalalov can't fight on the inside. Like, What are my thoughts on Devin Haney's girl wanting Young Thug in prison? Well, look, she's, Devin picked her, so, Devin's got questionable decision-making skills. Hopefully, he can learn this expensive lesson he's about to get. But, it's unfortunate. You gotta really be mindful of the company you keep and the women you choose. And a lot of fighters and people, they think with the wrong head. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say about that. Who do I think can beat Usyk at heavyweight? I mean, Daniel Dubois. He's gotten better since they first fought, but I still think Usyk will probably beat him just because, again, the conditioning. Believe it or not, and I know for a fact I'm about to get crucified for saying this, but I'm gonna say it because I believe this. If we're talking about styles, because styles make fights and ranges make fights, these things make fights. Who can exploit styles? Who can exploit ranges? So a guy may get his ass kicked by one guy, but it doesn't mean that he can't beat another guy. The guy I think had the best chance to beat Usyk, but he's never gonna get a chance to fight him, was Filip Hrgović. I think Filip Hrgović has the best style for Usyk, and I'll tell you why. I still think Usyk could probably beat him, but the reason why I think Hrgović would have had a great style for Usyk is because, number one, to beat Usyk, you're gonna need to be able to slow the pace down on him, and I think Hrgović is capable of that. Second of all, with Usyk being a southpaw and Hrgović being an orthodox, and any orthodox fighter against Usyk is gonna need to be able to land the straight right hand consistently to change the dynamic of how Usyk is gonna fight you. Hrgović has one of the most accurate straight right hands in the division. And then, if we're talking about the amateurs, which we've been talking about here, walking around, Hrgović has probably one of the deepest amateur pedigrees in the damn division. So he's not going to be overwhelmed by the Usyk style and the Soviet style because he's seen that style. I think Hrgović would have been the perfect. And you know what? I still think that. I still think that Filip Hrgović, even though he got his ass kicked by Daniel Dubois and got stopped, if we're just talking about his style and what he does well and how that translates to what Usyk does, yeah, he's probably still going to lose. And you favor Usyk because of just what he brings to the table so far as like his conditioning and his footwork and all that's concerned. But I think the guy that had the best style to give him problems was Hrgović. But he lost. He didn't do what he was supposed to do. So he's probably not going to get that shot. He needs to go build himself back up. But, that's how it goes. Shout out to my guy, MAW with the super chat. He says, hello, boxing fans, BT in chat. We all make mistakes. Wish Devin Haney well, but wish a very Merry Christmas tomorrow. Hope you have a good one in Japan. Hope Pops as well. Smash that like button. Yeah, smash that like button, man. Thank you for the super chat. We all make mistakes. It's very easy for me to sit here and criticize Devin Haney. It's very easy for people to sit there and criticize that football player, Travis Hunter. These guys are young. They're making millions of dollars. They got women throwing ass at them left and right. I'll be honest, if I was 20 years old, 25 years old, with that kind of money, I'd probably be worse than them. So I hope they figure out what they got to figure out. This is why having, good, strong male guidance in your life and good examples is important. And, these guys did not have the right people telling them the right things because they're making the wrong decisions. But such is life. That's how it goes. Hrgović is not chinny. He's never legitimately been knocked. Exactly. So Zhang hit Hrgović, didn't go down. Dubois stopped Hrgović, but Hrgović was on his feet. He never went to the ground. So I just think that would have been a tough matchup for Usyk. But we'll never know because it's not going to happen because he lost. Hrgović needs a solid comeback fight. Hrgović needs to climb back into position. I agree with that. I want to see him get back into the mix. I got a hold of him the other day. I don't know how I did it, but I finally got a hold of him. He confirmed to me that he is not retiring from boxing, that he is coming back, and he is in good spirits. He's just been enjoying time with his family. So, looking forward to hopefully a stronger 2025 from the Croatian. Moses Itama. I mean, I like Moses, but I want to see Moses go in a fight past 4 rounds before I start like crowning him. So far, he's checked every box that he's needed to check, and he's passed every test with flying colors. So all I can do is give him credit and speak good about Moses. But Moses has not been taking rounds yet, and had the pace pushed on him, and had to make an adjustment. When we have to see Moses make an adjustment and go some rounds, then we'll know what kind of fighter he is. But until then, I can't sit here and just say Moses. I'm not kidding. But Coley will not land a single punch. He's slower than Dubois. Watch that fight. Will be more like one side. I don't know, man. Like, he better not let McCoy land a one shot. I'll tell you that right now. That African, he's carrying them bricks. So he'll get you out of there. I wouldn't mind seeing it. Like, really, for me, there's only like 2 fights. Like, if we're talking about just from a competitive standpoint of boxing, the only 2 fights left for Usyk are the Dubois rematch and Bakoli. Or maybe Parker if he wins. That's about it. As far as guys he hasn't fought or aren't champion, I mean, come on. Yeah, Joseph Parker, I mean, I like Parker. It's crazy how Joseph Parker is about to outlast all these guys. Like, that whole era, all we heard was Joshua this, Fury that. Parker had a title, but like people weren't really like, they didn't really give a fuck about Joseph Parker, for being honest, right? And now Parker has outlasted all of them. Joshua looked like he's on the way out. Fury looked like he's on the way out. Wilder been looking like he's on the way out. So Parker's still here, still picking up good wins, still showing the world that he's one of the best heavyweights in boxing. So Parker, gotta give him his respect, gotta give him his due. Herg was beating Dubois, but those purpose-looking headbutts from Dubois looked like it put Herg off his game. I think that's part of it. I think Dubois being allowed to get away with that played a role. But in my opinion, watching Hergovich fight, seeing him in the gym, I just think that Hergovich is one of these fighters that leaves the best pieces of himself in the gym. I think he overtrains a lot, because the guy I'm seeing in the fights is not the guy I'm seeing in the ring or in training. So I'm hoping he can clean that up and get back in the mix, because I think there's a really, really, really top upper echelon heavyweight in there. He's got to pull it out, push the right buttons in training and whatnot. But yeah, it's your boy BT, the untouchable True School Sports Empire, patrolling the streets of Shibuya, Tokyo, Japan. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Definitely super chat, all that good stuff. We here, just cooling, just walking around, enjoying the sights, enjoying the sounds. Let me go this way. I haven't gone on this street yet. Let me go down this street. People keep asking me about Shabazz Massoud. I have not watched Shabazz Massoud. I keep hearing Shabazz Massoud this, Shabazz Massoud that. I hear he's pretty good, but I don't have an opinion on him, and I don't want to sit here and fake the funk in front. Like I don't know shit about no Shabazz Massoud, but I know he's in positions for big fights. So I'm sure I'm gonna have to watch him soon. I probably should be watching him now, but I don't have like a legitimate opinion. If you want me to be honest. Ever since Dubois got a girlfriend, he's been on the run. Yay. Sometimes, I mean, I've seen it with fighters. Some fighters, they're real tense and they're shy, and then they get themselves some bitches, and then they start winning. I know some fighters that, they go to the club, they fight better. They don't go to the club, they fight worse. So everyone is different. I mean, I don't advise most fighters or most people to go to the club, but I know fighters who go to the club and fight better when they go to the club. It's weird. But in most cases, you probably shouldn't go to the club because there's not really anything good there for men. But some fighters, when they go to the club, they decompress and then they fight. It's weird. I know it sounds crazy, but it's a thing. I know Stacey McKinley, when I interviewed Stacey McKinley, the trainer years ago, Stacey McKinley said, what did Stacey say? He said that when he was working with Frankie Randall back in the day, Frankie Randall was in the MGM Grand, gambling, drinking the night before he fought Julio Cesar Chavez, Ricardo Mayorga, Ricardo Mayorga used to smoke a pack of cigarettes and drink a 6-pack of beer every Saturday before sparring. Yeah, that was the arrangement Stacey McKinley and Mayorga had. If Mayorga did his training a certain way and did everything right, he would buy him a 6-pack of beer and cigarettes, and he'd watch them, and he could watch sparring and just chill on Saturdays. That's a true story. That was told here on True School Sports in an interview like a couple years ago. Real shit. Johnny says, hey, True School, I disagree with your opinion on the Van. I think she should be up next for Inoue. Let's make a catchweight super fight happen. It's not gonna happen. I mean, you could. I'm not saying now if Robert Garcia can make that fight happen with Bam, great. Another reason why I don't think that fight will happen, and this is the truth. Like, don't shoot the messenger. But Bam Rodriguez is promoted by Tekken Promotions. Tekken Promotions is led by Mr. Honda. Mr. Honda also is the guy that pretty much has the say-so on all international boxing affairs here in Japan, for everyone, you know? So I think there's gonna be a conflict of interest there, just being honest. They want Inoue to do certain things, they want Bam to do certain things, and they don't involve each other because the weight classes are separate. They're too far apart in weight. So we can campaign for it, but I'm just telling you how it's probably gonna go. As far as Bam, I would like to see Bam fight Junto, but I don't think that's gonna happen either because Junto's gonna be part of the plans for Inoue and things like that. So ultimately, I think the way it goes is like this. Roman is gonna fight Kafu, right? Bam maybe fights the winner of that fight. I also think that there was a fight for the IBF title at 115. There was, and it was between two Mexicans, and it was a draw. They got to fight again. The winner of that fight wants to become the champion. I think they're going to be ordered to fight one of the top contenders in the division, which is a fighter from here in Japan named Suzumi Takayama, who is the Japanese super flyweight champion regionally. I think Takayama is going to beat the winner of that fight. Suzumi Takayama will emerge as a world champion in the division. And for those of you who don't know who Suzumi Takayama is and don't understand why I'm talking about him, he's a southpaw. He's 9-0 with 8 knockouts. He's got those bricks in his hands. I think he's going to become a champion, and I think that will become the fight to make in the 115 division. But, you know, that's just my opinion. That's my when I look at the whole scope of everything, that's how I see it. I'd rather see Bam fight people his own age. They gotta stop calling him a legend. He's not Randy Orton. He has no charisma to call himself that. I mean, hey, he called himself that, so, you know, what you gonna do? I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I mean, so far, I'm not trying to nitpick because the young man has been doing what he's supposed to do in the ring and looking great doing it. You can't nitpick too much. But I would like to see him fight people like younger, you know, and thankfully, I think, like I said, I think Suzumi Takayama is going to become that guy. You guys, that name I know is not familiar with the people in the States. I'm just now getting familiar with the name myself, you know, honestly. But he's definitely an interesting fighter. He's ranked top 10 in all sanctioning bodies, and he's gonna get a title shot. And when he does get it, I think he's gonna win. And he's like 28 years old in his physical prime, can punch. So that'll become a fight you'll start hearing about in a year or so. Itama shows all potential, in my opinion. I want to see Darla enter the mix. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens with the heavyweights. I mean, I'm trying not to get too overhyped on the heavyweights. I know people are high on Itama. I know Terramona, the big Australian Samoan guy. I hear good things about him, but I'm waiting to see with them guys. I like Moses. I just want to see Moses go somewhere. That's all I got to see. I got to see Moses go like 6 rounds or more. I got to see Moses in a fight where he's got to make at least one adjustment and go a couple rounds. Then I'll know, okay, is he just a guy that overwhelms people with his strength and his speed? but he doesn't have the boxing brain, or does he have all that and he has the boxing brain? That's what I want to know. Bam destroyed his guy. He asked him what the featherweight. Bam, bantamweight is too easy for Bam. Okay. That sounds good. Like, that certainly sounds good. If bantamweight was so easy, why ain't he up there? You know, I guarantee you put Bam in there with, like, say Susumi, that ain't gonna be no damn easy fight for him. You put Bam in there with Junto, that damn sure ain't gonna be no easy fight for him. That's disrespectful. You came to go to featherweight. And if he wanted, shit. And if Bam came to featherweight, Angelo will beat the dog shit out of Bam. I wish Bam would come to featherweight. Set his ass back down. Alex Leopi Jr. Alex Leopi, the one that fought, was it Klitschko? He's got a son already? Fighting? That don't make no sense. Already? Because Alex Leopi, I didn't think he was that old to be having a son boxing, but shit, I guess time flies. You will see light with Bam. Like I told you about Merjan, I can say that Merjan has some charisma. Well, Merjan don't speak English. I give Merjan credit because Merjan learned the language and he talking that, I give Merjan credit. He talking that shit. He's doing what he can to be entertaining and get that Inoue fight. I can't hate on Merjan for that, but I've highlighted so many times what the problem with his career is. So yeah, there's that. So Jerron Ennis ducked T. Fima Lopez too. 1,000% he ducked T. Fima Lopez. I mean, if a guy is trying to fight you from a smaller weight class who's a big name and he's coming up in weight, and his promoter starts negotiating with your promoter, and you instruct your promoter to stop negotiating with that fighter so that you can go negotiate with the other champions with lesser name value for smaller fights that people don't care about as much, what do you call that? That ain't called that ain't called running to the fire. That ain't called, trying to get a big fight. That's the reality. People may not like it, but that's the reality. And I like Boots. I get no great joy. I get no great satisfaction talking down about Boots. But that's the reality. He was negotiating, or Eddie Hearn, whose promoter, was negotiating a big fight with Tio, and Boots said, no, stop negotiating with Tio. Go negotiate with the champions. And Eddie Hearn said, okay, and that's what he's doing. So you can make of that what you will. What's the biggest difference you notice culture-wise between Japanese boxing gyms to American boxing? That's a great question. I think they're all different. I mean, they're all different. I would say universally, I would just say the fighters as a whole, like training as a whole, I just feel like they're a little more dialed in my opinion. Like, there's a lot less talking in the gym. And even when training is done, there's not like a bunch of hanging around the gym. So, I mean, it's a different culture. But I would just say, yeah, the most, not most, but like a lot of gyms I've been to don't even play music. But there are gyms that do play music. Like I went to Watanabe Gym, which is one of the most prestigious boxing gyms here in Japan. And that gym has produced champions like Hiroto Kayaguchi, the Shigioka brothers, Takashi Uchiyama, and they was playing music, having a great time in there. So everywhere is different. I can't say they're all the same, but I just think that I'll say organization. There's more organization, and what I mean is like fighters show up to their training sessions on time. I haven't seen guys show up late when I've gone to the gyms. What else? The gym in Japan is your promoter. So like in Japan, the way it works is like each gym is a promoter. So like if you're a Ohashi fighter, Ohashi Promotions is your promoter. If you're a Watanabe boxing gym fighter, Watanabe Promotions is your that's your promoter. So yeah, I would say that. But at the end of the day, when it's time to train, it's the same everywhere. It's all about who works the hardest, who has the most detailed game plans, who knows how to take strengths and magnify and amplify them. That's what it's all about. BT, you're a boxing nerd. Are you gonna watch Carlos Canizales become a champion? I might go ahead and check it out. I got a busy couple days ahead of me, so I can't really say that I'm gonna watch it. But if I miss it, I'll watch replay. I like Carlos Canizales. He gave Ken Shiro a really hard fight. Gave him hell, straight hell. So I'm happy he's getting a title shot. Merry Christmas, BT. Don't forget, Rambo 1 is also a Christmas movie. I didn't know that, so you put me on game. Shout out to Rambo. To be honest with you, I don't even think I've seen Rambo. I've seen clips. I've passed by it on TV. I don't think I've ever watched Rambo, so I might need to go check that out. Rambo 1. Is Pops out there with me? No, he's not out there with me, and it's not my fault. Before everyone gets on my ass, because when I start traveling, people are always like, BT, you gotta bring Pops with you, but I can't, because I tell Pops all the time. I've been telling my dad for 2 years, go get your passport, go get your passport. He still ain't did it yet, so I'm hoping when this Japan trip is done, I'm not coming back to Japan until the middle of 2026. So, you know, hopefully by then Pops can have his passport so that we can bring Pops along and really, really turn up out here. Hold on, guys. Let me gotta get my charger because my phone's gonna die. Hold on. Hold on, guys. This man is still out here beatboxing. The guy that was beatboxing earlier, he's still there getting it in. He's still doing this thing beatboxing. So let me get my charger going before my phone dies. Let me take you on a journey to Carmel City. So what time is it? It's 11:04. So it's 11:04 right now. I think the last train's at midnight. So gonna need to wrap this up here in about 40 minutes or so, 30 to 40 minutes, because I can't miss the train. But hold on. Boom. So we got the charger. Got the charger going. Hold on. There we go. All right. I'm back. And Billy vs. Sajja, haven't heard your take. I made a video about it today and I scheduled it. It should be out tomorrow. But good fight. You know, it's the French super middleweight fight. The winner of this fight becomes William Scole's mandatory. So I like the fight. I think I would favor both of them against William Scole because William Scole is terrible. He's like, I'm not trying to put him down because, you know, I respect anybody that goes ahead and, you know, dedicates himself to the sport and becomes champion, but he's pretty bad. Like he won the Vladimir Shishkin fight literally just because it was in his promoter's hometown. So I think it's a good fight. It'll be a good all-action fight, but I'm not my bad, guys. I got distracted. Yeah, they got Uber here in Japan. Yeah, they do. They got Uber here. Let me get up now. I've used Uber a couple times, but it's like it's expensive. Like, look, for example, right? Like, you see that taxi right there? If you get an Uber in Japan, you'll get one of these little taxis. And these taxis are pretty nice. The taxis are pretty nice. I like those taxis, but they're freaking expensive. Funny enough, I lost my damn debit card and my whole wallet. I lost my whole wallet when I was in Japan early in the trip. And I just had to take Ubers everywhere for a while. And yeah, that burned a hole in my pocket. So that was pretty crazy. Okay. These guys don't get tired. These beatboxing dudes, they don't get tired for nothing. Santana says, Angelo Leo's fighting Kameda. Yes, I know. Trust me. I've known about Angelo Leo fighting Kameda since... How long have I known about Angelo fighting Kameda? I've known about Angelo fighting Kameda for like... What are we in? December? I've known about Angelo Leo fighting Kameda since like... damn near September, so that ain't news to me. LOL, that guy is still beatboxing. Yeah. That boy is beatboxing like his life depending on it. He's beatboxing like the Renners do. He's not playing. So you gotta respect the hustle. You gotta respect the grind. You gotta respect anybody that's trying to get it in life. Who do I got? Who do you think I got? You know, I respect Tomoki. He's a former world champion. He's gonna come to fight. It's here in Japan, so you can't. You know, he's gonna have some home field advantage. So it's not easy to come to Japan and beat a Japanese fighter. But Angelo's gonna beat the fuck out of Tomoki Kameda. If you want my honest opinion, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful or arrogant. I know Kameda can win because I don't underestimate any man. But truth be told, you want my honest opinion, I think Kameda's getting packed up. That's what I think. But we'll see. You know, I can sit here, I can talk, I can flap my gums to the cows come home. They gotta fight the fights, so we'll see how it goes. May the best man win. I like Moses. Moses is a good heavyweight. Moses is an exciting heavyweight. Moses is someone that boxing fans should all be excited about. Do I got a record for jinxing a prediction? No, I don't. But I'll tell you this: I didn't jinx the Venado fight. I told you guys a million times that Venado was gonna get sent the fuck home, knocked out, and I even told people in Albuquerque that work for Pro Box that he was going to the hospital. I didn't jinx that one, so no, I don't jinx fights. Do I think Estrada is done? Guile? I think so. His legs were pretty shot when he fought Bam. He looked done. He's been in enough wars, so I don't see why he wouldn't be done. You know, they always say in boxing, like, your legs are the last thing to go. So once a fighter don't have his legs no more, they're cooked. That's it. Like, you know, that's it. They don't got no more. But yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Arab. I think Quadras can maybe make some. I mean, guys like Guile, guys like Quadras, they can still make good fights. But like even like, look at Rung Vasai, big puncher, strong, sturdy, huge calves. Even a guy like Rung Vasai, the other day Rung Vasai fought some random dude in Thailand and got knocked the fuck out. So it happens. You know, the guys get old. Time moves on. Father Time is undefeated. Time waits for no man. Have I seen who Xander is fighting next? I forgot the guy's name. I saw it wasn't a big name. I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna continue to fight the safest opponents, or the guys that they feel, his management team feels he can win, look good against, and just eventually get the big fights when they present themselves. Slawa Spoomer, yeah, that guy. I don't know shit about no damn Slawa Spoomer, so I know talkers, you know about, like, I mean, I know boxing, but you know about a lot of boxing that I probably don't even like pay attention to, so you can fill me in on Slawa, that guy. Mechakire. Oh, that's my boy. It'll knock him out. Oh, that's the guy you're talking about. Jan Slawa Spoomer. Well, look, man, I didn't know he was fighting Xander. You said he was fighting a big name 154. I didn't know it was Xander. I wish it wasn't Xander. Because Xander's from South Florida. He's from my area. So I got to root for Xander because he's from my hometown, but from my area. But good luck to Slawa. If he wins, he wins. It's a good opportunity for him It's a good opportunity for him to upset the apple cart and make a name for himself. I'll be watching, so we'll see how it goes. I saw some highlights from the Usyk fight. Yeah, it wasn't a great performance, but I didn't think it was as bad as everybody thought. I mean, he still beat Ishmael Davis pretty soundly. It wasn't a controversial fight or anything like that. I think people were being harsh on Usyk because Usyk performed very well against Virgil, so I guess people had high expectations. But like I said, when you lose a high profile fight like that, and then they give you like an Ishmael Davis, guy who's not a big name, you're gonna have a little bit of a letdown. But all in all, I thought he performed all right. Did what he needed to do. It wasn't anything like terrible. I think Talkers is from Scotland, somewhere in the UK. Pretty sure it's Scotland. Would you ever work with amateurs or pros, help them get what they? I'm already doing that on the low. Like, I'm already doing that. There's like, I mean, you guys know you guys know who one of them is. Cause I mention Angelo all the time, so you already know who one of them is. I mean, there's ways I help Angelo navigate his career. I'm not his manager or nothing like that, but like I'm a resourceful guy in boxing. So him, another guy who's a contender, and then another guy who's trying to get his career on track. There's like there's like a solid 4 fighters that I help. But you guys know one of them for sure. Cause I talk about him all the time. Did you get a chance to watch the Usyk and Nishida fight? He's looking good. Yes. Well, not the fight, but I see highlights of the fight. I mean, Nishida he's one of these guys. He's one of these fighters. You look at his record. He got like 2 knockouts in 11 fights, 12 fights. You would think he's pillow-fisted, but he's not actually a pillow-fisted boxer. He's actually, he knows how to fight. He's very good in a lot of different things. He's very accurate, so he beats you up. Them guys are the worst. The guys that don't have elite punching power, but just be accurate as shit and it hit you with everything, those are the worst guys to fight. I know just from experience, like on a much smaller level, like just from sparring, like the dudes who just hit you like have a bunch of power. I didn't mind getting hit by those guys because it was what it was. But these dudes that are just accurate as shit but don't punch like that, those are the worst ones, in my opinion. I just hate those kind of people. Tim Bradley released a video kind of pumping the brakes on Usyk being an all-time great. He commented on my community post where I insinuated that why I said that Usyk has. I wasn't saying he's a definitive top 5 all-time great, but I'm saying he's done enough where you can make the argument. There's an argument you can put together, and it's not a hard argument to make, especially when you consider that most of the guys that you would be quick to put above him, like Muhammad Ali, have gift decisions, lost to do this with 7 fights. He never lost to nobody, and he fought all the best guys of his era. It's not hard. I just, what I think it is? I think people they romanticize the past. Like, don't get it twisted. I love the history of boxing, and some of my favorite fighters in boxing history are the guys from yesteryear. But sometimes these guys have such a mystique about them that people don't want to actually look at them for what they did in the ring. Like Muhammad Ali is the best example. He's a great fighter. He's an all-time great. He has an amazing resume. He's one of the best resumes in boxing. But then, like, when you start talking about the Ken Norton fights, Leon Spinks, beating him with 7 fights. You start talking about the Doug Jones controversial fight early in his career. Then all of a sudden people want to think you're hating, and it's not hating because, like, oh, well, he was great because of what he did outside the ring. But yeah, I ain't talking about what he did outside the ring. I'm talking about what he did inside the ring. So Bradley never said he wasn't an all-time great. He said he wasn't the greatest heavyweight. Well, when he commented on my community post, and he said that he's a great fighter, but he's not an all-time great. That's what he told me directly on my community post. So I'm going off that. I mean, I don't think, even with him beating Fury, I still don't think he's the best heavyweight. I think the best heavyweight of all time is Joe Louis. I still think Joe Louis is the best heavyweight. And it's going to take a lot to really move him off that number 1 spot, just being honest. I don't think anybody will ever move up off the number 1 spot. It's going to take a whole lot. You're going to, Like, you're gonna have to do what Usyk did, but with like 4 or 5 more of those kind of wins. You know, Joe Louis has too strong of a case for me, but I mean, Usyk is definitely in the top 10. I think with the win over Fury again, you gotta at least put him in the top 10. Whether he's in the top 5, that's a lot more debatable, but he's definitely in that top 10. Wasn't Inoue supposed to fight today? Oh, yes, he was. Yes, he was. I was supposed to go there. I was supposed to be at the fight. I was supposed to be, you know, maxing and relaxing, enjoying, you know, a great night of premier Japanese boxing. But Sam Gilman don't know how to run a training camp and got cut and pulled out again. So he ruined my Christmas. He ruined the Christmas of many people in the Japanese boxing community. And truth be told, because I like to keep things honest here on True School Sports, and I don't care who sees it at this point. I hope he gets starched in 4 rounds or less. When he fights Inoue, I hope Inoue knocks him out in 4 rounds or less, because it pisses me off. I'm still going to be at the fight, but I got to wait a whole another month. And I've been waiting like 9 years to watch Inoue fight. 9, 10 years, damn near, to watch Inoue fight in person. So, really, really upset about that. And it would have been special to experience that on Christmas, but because God is the best planner, so we'll wait till January 24th. But I swear on my life, if Sam Goodman pull out again, if he pulls out a third time, if he goes for the hat trick, you know, if he gets his Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, Lionel Messi, Alexander Barkov on and goes for the hat trick, I'm gonna crash out for real. And I don't want to crash out. So. You'll have Goodman's team DMing you threats. You know, there was somebody that commented on one of my shorts, one of my YouTube shorts, and they didn't threaten me or anything like that. But like, I could tell it was somebody that knew him, because they were like, what did they say to me? They said, "Stop disrespecting Sam. You don't know the hard work he put into the camp," or something like that. And that's true. Like, I don't want to discredit the man's hard work that he had in camp. I've been part of training camps, not camps. So I know what a training camp entails. I know what fighters go through. I've seen this shit with my own eyes. So that being said, I wasn't disrespecting Sam. I was disrespecting Sam's fragile ways every time he's supposed to fight Inoue. That's what I was disrespecting, because he did pull out twice. People don't like that's the truth. He was supposed to fight him earlier in the year. He didn't fight him. Doheny fought him. He was supposed to fight him Christmas. Now we have to wait till January. These are the facts. Why can't people handle reality? It's like people in boxing, not just fighters, but like media, PR people, managers, all kinds of people. They want you to look at a piece of dog shit and they want you to call it chicken salad. No, we're not gonna call chicken shit a chicken salad. The best fighter or fight you saw in person before. So, best fighter I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen, so pretty much, apart from like Inoue. Yeah, apart from Inoue, I've pretty much seen I would say the majority of the big names in boxing fight live. Canelo, Crawford, Beterbiev. I've seen Bivol fight live. I saw Kovalev fight live. I saw High Roll's boy Andre Ward fight live. I've seen a lot of great fighters fight live, but the two best fights, like performances, I've ever seen as far as in big fights, I would say definitely Beterbiev versus Joe Smith. I mean, that was like, when I was at that fight, even though it was only 2 rounds, I just felt like I was in the presence of greatness. So I would say that fight. Angel Leo versus Venado Lopez was devastating. I was ringside for that. That was one of the best fight performances I've seen live. As far as like random fights that were really good, like performances, like there was this one fight on the Virgil Ortiz undercard, and Alex Martin, he fought this Mexican. Alex Martin's like a feather-fisted, slick black fighter. Alex Martin, you know, had problems with pressure fighters in his career, and on this one particular occasion, Golden Boy brought him in against like this 22-0 or 23-0 Mexican pressure fighter. He was supposed to lose, and he boxed his ass off, counter punching in the pocket. It was like one of the most complete performances of 2021. So that was a really good fight I've seen in person. There's a lot, man. I mean, there's a lot. I have to really sit here and think, but there's been a lot of good fighters I've seen in person. Keyshawn Davis, when I seen Keyshawn Davis fight Pedraza earlier this year, that was a pretty good performance. Martin Bakoli knocking the daylights out of Jared Anderson, that will always be a personal favorite because y'all know I don't like Jared Anderson like that. That was a pretty damn good performance. But there's been a lot of them. By the way, talkers, if you're still here, talkers, what threats did Goodman's team make to you? Let me know, because if he pulls out again, I'm gonna crash out. Like, I'm gonna really become ignorant BT. We're gonna activate that part of me. LOL, you don't like Jared? Nah, man. I mean, I didn't like how overrated the media is making him. They were trying to say he's the next Riddick Bowe, and he's not even that close. He's not even close to being as talented as Riddick Bowe. Not even close. And then he crashed out. He crashed out on me one day on Twitter, all pissy. So he got what he deserved when he fought Bacoli. I was happy. They still be boxing here. Yeah, I'm not. I wish him well. You know, I hope he gets his life in order. I'll DM you later saying they were all gonna find me in Tokyo and shit. Oh yeah? Okay. Well, I'll be here in Tokyo, and I'll be dolo, so. I don't know why people in boxing gotta make threats. Like all types of people were saying shit about Angelo Leo going into the Venado fight, and I didn't threaten nobody. You know, I was like, okay, that's how you feel. We'll show you on fight night, and that's how I'm still treating it with anybody he fights. But people get sensitive over predictions. They want to fight you over predictions, over boxing talk. It's just like it's not that deep. There's bigger things in the world than someone's opinion or prediction. And if somebody's opinion or prediction can get you, you know, all pissed off or angry or sensitive, then maybe you gotta do some soul searching and reflect and, you know, remove the inner bitch assness from your heart. Because a lot of people have bitch assness buried in the bowels of their heart. Has Raymond Ford forgiven you yet? We haven't had any problems. I mean, I saw him in person. We did an interview. It was cool. I mean, we've talked on Twitter before a couple times. You know, I said hi to him at the Richardson Hitchens Gustavo Lemos fight multiple times when he walked by. I like Ford. You know, I think Ford is going to be really good at 130. But I don't know if he's forgiven me. I don't know. That's not my business. You know, if a fighter don't like me, if people don't like me, that's not my business. My business is to just do my damn job and make this boxing content. And listen, you can love me, you can hate me. I'm just a kid from Dania, like I always say. What he done, can I take it with a grain of salt? He clearly scrambled him with the rabbit punch. He is a puncher, but the sound of his punch is not like Bacoli or Zhang. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how he progresses. I gotta see Moses in a fight that goes some rounds, where he's gotta think, and guys just don't fall down immediately. Talking about people in boxing crying. Have you seen Johnny Fisher's going back at a journalist for saying Dave Allen was robbed? No, I haven't seen that. I didn't even watch that fight. I've heard all kinds of interpretations. I think they gave it to Johnny Fisher, right? He won the fight, and then everyone's saying Dave Allen won. Andre Advocate, my man. Andre, what's good, Andre? He says, True School, what's up? How you living? You all right? Do I think Wilder McKenna is a good idea? I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's just a waste. I think that's a waste of time. There's no point in doing that fight at all. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 11:26. So guys, I'm gonna have to cut this live because the last train is at midnight. And I want to get back to my staying. So, look, I think on that note, I think I've given y'all enough sights. I've given y'all enough sound. I've given y'all enough culture. We had our fun. Listen, you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'm not sure if this is going to be my last live of the year. I don't think it will be. I think last live of the year will probably be either at the Ioka fight or the day after, because I'm going to do my awards for the year. But if it is the last live I'm gonna do, because you never know what's gonna happen in life. Listen, it's been a tremendous 2024. It's been a challenging 2024. I know 2025 is gonna have challenges too. I appreciate everyone who really supports True School Sports, because a lot of people in the boxing world don't want to see me succeed, and a lot of people in the boxing world, they want to like just try anything they can to knock me off my square and knock me off my pivot. You know, you guys have no idea the type of shit that happens to me behind the scenes in boxing and what I have to deal with sometimes. But I'm not a complainer. I'm not a crybaby. You know, I can take my lumps as a man, and I could keep going forward, because that's what life's about. It's about taking your lumps and going forward. But listen, give you guys one more look at this. There's the Shibuya crossing. The train is right over there. The train station is right over there. So I'm gonna go over there. All right. I'm gonna go cap off my night. You know. Listen, you guys be blessed. Have a Merry Christmas. Keep working hard for the things you want in life. Keep God first. And definitely believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, start believing in yourself. And don't be afraid to make tough decisions. Sometimes you gotta make tough decisions in life that people don't like. So if they don't like it, that's not your business. You just gotta do what's best for you. So on that note, you guys take care. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, whatever the hell it is you celebrate, happy that. And like I say in every single one of these videos, from Shibuya, Tokyo, Japan, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.